Since so many of you liked the first video we did about the Queen's Guard, we're back with a sequel. But instead of boring you with more facts that are mind-numbing, we're going to do something different. We're going to show you the Queen's Guard in action and how they react to disrespectful and ignorant tourists that just make their job difficult. So, without further ado, here are the reasons you never mess with the Queen's Guard, Part 2. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 15. Don't bar their way. In the previous video, we talked a little bit about the Queen's Guard pushing people out of their way. But in this video, we're going to see just how far they're willing to go in confronting those ignorant tourists. Even though some of the people might consider them a tourist attraction, they are bodyguards. They carry loaded guns, and they have to protect the Queen. Every time someone stands in their path, they have to find some way of dealing with them. In this example, you see the tourists looking at the Queen's Guard, which are returning their horses back. But what they completely forgot about were the other guards and their route. So, this woman got shoved out of the way after a guard yelled, "Stand clear."
Stand clear!
Number 14. See what we mean? If you're still thinking about walking up to them and getting in their way, here's another example that'll make you think twice. This young man was standing in the way of their route, and you could see the Queen's Guard pushing him to the side with one hand. They're highly trained before they even get to the Queen's Palace, so don't think that they'll have a problem tackling you. Just look at how the tourists around him look surprised that the guard didn't even hesitate for a second about doing so. Number 13. Why would you touch a Queen's Guard? How many times do we have to say this, people? The Queen's Guard are not toy soldiers that you can touch or put flowers on their hats like Mr. Bean did. Would you ever walk up to a person on the street and try to touch them on the nose? No? Well, guess what? This curiously disrespectful bloke thought it would be cool to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, he thought it would be a cool idea to poke the guard on the nose. He probably thought he was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but before he could do so, the guard shouted at the top of his lungs, and the guy backed down.
Do not touch the Queen's Guard!
The nerve of some people. Number 12. Don't get too close. Remember when we told you that the royal family had to place ropes around the palace in order to stop people from getting too close? Well, they probably had this guy and a whole lot of others in mind when they did so. This person got so close in the guard's face that he was forced to shout at him and make him stay away. But it seems like this person was understanding, and he backed down immediately.
Stop!
Number 11. The whole crowd was scared. In this segment, you see a crowd gathering around 4 guardsmen. This is one of the most interesting things to watch when visiting Buckingham Palace. This is because when you see 4 of them at the same spot, it usually means that they're preparing to go on a break, while another 2 guards are going to be replacing them. Because this is so rare, a lot of people huddled together and started videotaping the event. But this meant that there would be no way for the guards to get out, so one of them stepped forth and shouted for them to make way for the Queen's Guard. They did so immediately.
Make way for the Queen's Guard!
Number 10. Get out of the guard's hut. We told you that some people are just plain disrespectful. For example, you can see this guy first tried to get close to the guard from one side. When he saw that he couldn't do so, he got to the left side of the guard and tried to sneak inside the little wooden house. The guard shoving him to the side was the least he could do. Imagine doing your job and some twat comes along and causes trouble for no reason. That's what the Queen's Guard has to deal with on a daily basis. Number 9. Don't copy the Queen's Guard march. Here's another quote-unquote funny guy that tried to replicate the guards marching down the street. Instead of a gun, he had his umbrella on his shoulder, and some of the tourists thought it looked funny. But from the other side of the castle, you could hear someone shouting at the man. It was a Tower of London Beefeater guard that lectured the guy on why it's disrespectful in doing so. And when a beefeater with 20 plus years of experience in the British Army tells you something, you listen. Number 8. Again, don't copy the Queen's Guard march. Ugh, people just don't learn. This teenage girl wanted to make fun of the Queen's Guard funny walk, so when the guard went marching down the castle, she followed suit. You can see she encouraged a bunch of other kids as well. Before long, the guard was irritated with the kids. He stomped his feet while turning towards them and shouted at them to stop. Guess what they did? Number 7. Don't dance in front of them. To prove to you that there are several regiments of the Queen's Guard, we've decided to show you this video. This middle-aged gentleman started singing and dancing on camera, right in front of the Queen's Guard. After about 20 seconds of doing so, one of the guards behind him had had enough. He started yelling and shouting at the guy in this incomprehensible Scottish accent, and based on the guy's reaction, we're assuming it had something to do with embarrassing himself and the nation for doing so. Man, that hit him hard. Number 6. Now that's just disrespectful. It's all about the pictures, isn't it? By now, you pretty much know that there's going to be another guy trying to get a picture in. But this one was so ignorant about how the guards would feel that he just did what he thought would be funny. Leaning over the ropes, he tried taking a picture with one of the patrolling guards, but he didn't see the other one behind him that scared him off. Luckily, he backed down without making a big fuss.
Make way for the Queen's Guard!
Number 5. Don't expect him to give back your glove. Man, that must be some expensive glove she had, because she just wouldn't go away. And guess what? She tried asking the guard to hand her back the glove. She was asking the freaking King's Guard to hand her back her glove. The people who almost never smile on the job were expected to bend over and give her her precious glove. Luckily, one of the beef guards came along and he returned it to her. Number 4. That's just ignorant, dude. While some people attack this guard for smacking the kid on the back, we don't really know what to say. On one hand, the guard did act a little rudely, but then again, the kid and his friend behind the camera were laughing at the Queen's Guard and imitating his march. So, what do you think? Did the guard react a little too harshly? Number 3. Get off the fence. Man, kids can be just as disrespectful as adults sometimes. For example, these two were making fun of the guard while leaning over the fence. When he had enough, he swiftly moved towards them, leaned down, and looked them dead in the eye before telling them to move away. Looks like they could follow orders after all.
Get off the fence!
Number 2. Watch the markers, otherwise you'll get screamed at. For this pic, we found a guy that's completely disrespectful. Not only did he get too close to the Queen's Guard, but when the guy started shouting at him to get back, he nonchalantly walked away.
Get back! Get back!
Some people just don't get it. Number 1. They can be nice, sometimes. We've seen them at their best, we've seen them at their worst, but these last 2 videos will show you that they're just humans after all. The first one is a video of a little boy that admires the Queen's Guard and stood in a red uniform in front of the palace, saluting the guards that were retreating from their posts. Before going inside, one of them noticed the boy and gave him a little surprise. He stood in front of the kid, and the boy looked up at the towering figure. He stomped his feet and went inside. From what we could see, it looks as if that guard made the boy's day. This is probably a Queen's Guard in the making. Now, for the second video, we have 2 women that managed to make one of the Queen's Guard laugh before he marched off because he was embarrassed.
Entertaining for him, I hope. Hopefully.
Yes! 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 Oh my god, I can't believe you did it!
You're awesome. I love you.
And on his way back, the 2 girls asked him if they could give him a peck on the cheek. A barely noticeable nod of the head could be seen on the video.
Wait, can we kiss you on the cheek real quick?
Okay.
And the guy had 2 girls kissing him. He's probably the only Queen's Guard that's ever been kissed on the job. On a related note, we wanted to know if you've ever seen the Queen's Guard in person. You could tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.